Okay.
Yeah, just get started, and then
Okay.
I will follow up. I'll go after you and talk about what I'm going to talk about.
Okay,
so,
cool. Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. Thank you everyone for being here. And let's see. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about the follow-up system, which is kind of really close to the onboarding system, but has a little bit more, okay? So when you're following up, it kind of goes back to the same thing. Like when you sign somebody up, usually we do that like, oh my goodness, we got them signed up, woohoo, their products are on their way. And then we kind of like step back a little bit, take our foot off the gas because we were like, go, go, go till we got them signed up. And that's when we should be like really getting down and educating them and setting those expectations. So when you first sign them up, it's like, okay, in order to be successful with your products, we need to talk at least 4 times this month. You know, you told me you wanted help with X, Y, and Z, and so we need to be in communication. I have actually been reaching out this week to level 2s that signed up with some level 1s that don't know how to follow up or get them started on the products. And I'm glad I did, because one lady's like, I'm having some heartburn and my stomach's kind of upset. And like, I don't even know what she started with, you know? And so I'm like, okay, let's go back to like, what did you start with? And like, what are you taking? And so it's one of those things, let's see. I don't know where that sound's coming from. So it's one of those things that like you know, just step over your level 1. If you have a new person that's not quite sure what to do, just be like, hey, Mary, is it okay if I connect with JC and make sure she started right? And I can guarantee your level 1's gonna be like, sure, no problem. I don't know what I'm doing. So don't be afraid to help out your new people to make sure their people get started right. I had somebody that signed up her sister, and I reached out on like day 5, and she's like, oh, my stomach was upset on day 1, so I just sent all the products to my sister and I'm done. And I'm like, oh, you have a sensitive stomach. I didn't know that. And we should have like worked with you and stuff like that. So you really have to be careful, because people need to be educated on, you know, you got to go in and detox. And when you detox, you might get a little bit of upsetness because you got a lot going on in there. And if your stomach's sensitive, it means you absolutely need these products. Okay. So you want to make sure you set those expectations high. And even saying something like, we've recommended the Variety Welcome Pack for you, and we're going to get you started on these awesome products. But if as we go, we see that maybe your needs are different, or there's a product that doesn't sit well with you, like we're going to adjust those products. We have like 20 awesome products, so don't be afraid to let me know if something is not quite right with you, and we'll switch it out for another product. Because if you've done that ahead of time and you've set that expectation ahead of time, then if there's a product that they're like, I don't know about this, instead of quitting, they're going to be like, hey, let me reach out to you and like talk to you about it. You also want to set the expectation of, we have Plexus perk points. And so you want to say, hey, we're going to set you up with this subscription and we're going to get you going. And I want to let you know that you are earning points every time you order. And when you first ordered your welcome pack, you got like 250 perk points. And by month 2, you've already earned a free product. So before you ever shut off your subscription, please reach out to me and let me know, and let's see if we can adjust something so that you don't lose those free products. And you want to use the words like, you don't lose the free products instead of points, because people are like, what are points? But really, after their first month, they've got free products sitting in there because they got 250 and you get your first free product at 260. So by the time they put in anything in that next month, they've got enough for their free products. So you want to use words like, don't lose your free products. Reach out to me, let me know, because then right there, you've already set that expectation with the subscription as well of like, hey, reach out to me and let me help you figure things out. Let me help you adjust things. Let me help show you how you can change your subscription so that you don't lose those free products in there, okay? You want to schedule your first follow-up before you hang up with them when they sign up, okay? If you send them a link and they do it on their own, as soon as you see that order go through, that's when you reach out to them and say, hey, I saw your order go through. Let's schedule the first follow-up call. Whether you do messages or anything, like you should be getting on the phone with them. I always tell them, I go, hey, if I explained everything right now, you're not going to remember when you get all your products. So in 3 to 5 days, when those products come in the mail, give me a call and we'll go through with what you take, how you take it. I usually tell them, hey, grab a black Sharpie and we're going to write on the lid. We're going to put like 2 of this, 1 of this, and just make notes right on the top of the lids, because a lot of times with all those labels looking the same, they're like, I don't know, they all got a green label. I can't remember what's what. So I go grab a Sharpie, put 2 morning on the top of this lid. If you hate that, in a month when you get new bottles and you're like, I got it, then you don't need to keep the Sharpie on the lid. But in the beginning, that works very well. It works very, very well for sometimes older people as well. Like my dad started when bottles were all different colors, and then they switched to all the same, and now he's like, I don't know what's what, you know? So it works very well with a lot of people. And you're like, just take that Sharpie on the top, write a 1 on ProBio 5, and then after a week go, okay, scribble out the 1, write a 2, you know, or change the 1 into a 2, you know. And so that's a really good thing just to get people, because then the bottles can sit there and they can just pull them and take them according to what it is. Okay, so you're going to schedule your first follow-up when their products have been ordered, not, you know, when they've got them. Okay,
I can't.
you want to add them to your like organizations. So you want to add them to your team pages or your Ohana team page. You want to get them involved, and you want to say, like, once you're in there, let me know so I can tag you in a post. And I usually tag them in the post on like die-off or a testimonial, so that they can see that Ohana is not just business, but it actually has really good information that sometimes gets lost in all the posts. So I tag them, just say, hey, I'm going to tag you in either 1 or 2 posts. Usually I say, let me know when you're in that group, because I'm going to tag you in a really good post about die-off and detoxing. Okay, so whoever's on the phone, oh wait, there we go. I was gonna say I couldn't mute, but there we go. So so you're educating them on why you're putting them in the group. You're like, I'm going to put you in this Ohana group, and then I'm going to tag you in a post. Okay, usually like by day 2 or 3, when the products still haven't gotten there, I'm like, hey, I'm going to send you this quick video that you can watch while you're waiting for your products. And I send them the what to expect when you're taking your products. Okay, and usually I have like my little toolbox in my notes on my phone, and I used to send people the whole menu, and I'm like, oh, that's not good, because people don't want to sit and watch them all. So now I copy and paste just the 1 video at a time. Okay, so I'll go in and copy the what to expect and then send them just the 1 video. Okay, you need to have a way to stay organized. This is something I have fought for years and years and years. And if you've been around, like Plexus had the Lexi app for a while, but it was all texting. And then you have the Doze, but it's all like messaging, you know, and stuff. And so I'm not going to tell you what to use, but find something that works for you. If it's a paper and pen, if it's a planner, if it's a dough. I'm using one now called Lion Desk. It's actually for real estate agents, but you can text, email, you know, like, so I can have their phone number in there, and I can on my computer send a text, you know, and I love that because it kind of combines like Dough and the Lexi app together for me. But it's made for real estate agents. So it has like, oh, hot sheets and like all those things. So I just go ahead and deleted all the real estate stuff out of there, you know? So I took something that like wasn't made for what we do and kind of made it work for me. So some people are a paper and pen. Like I am a notebook girl. Like I write everything in these spiral notebooks and I love them, but I need something for when I'm not at home and I'm not on my computer. Okay. So whatever you use, when they order their products, you go in and you put in day 3, I'm going to contact them, or day 5 if their products take a little bit longer. Day 7, so it's just a couple days after they've started, I'm going to reach out to them again. Day 14, I'm going to reach out to them again. I'm going to reach out to them again at week 3. I'm going to reach out to them right before their order goes through to make sure they don't want to add on an X factor or an ease to help with die off. Okay. So that first month, you're contacting them quite a bit. And sometimes I think we forget, and then we're like, oh crap, they've been on products for a month and I like haven't checked in with them, you know? So whether you use a planner or put it on your Google phone and just put like follow up and then their name, you know, follow up 7, their name, then you'll go, oh, they've been on it 7 days or 1 week or whatever. Make a note, put it in there. It's really easy, like on a Google phone, to like duplicate. and just duplicate it out like week 2, week 3, week 4, and then just go to a month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and have it in there. Because if you're somebody that waits till the end of the month and then you try following up with everybody in one day, it's overwhelming, and then you end up not doing it at all. So if you get in the habit, and if you're not in the habit, don't try catching up all in one day. Like, take your calendar and put 3 or 4 people on each day, because it's not too bad to like go, okay, I got like 5 minutes while I'm waiting for the dinner to come out of the oven. I'm going to hit these 3 people right now. I can run up right before I go to bed, put my kids to bed. I totally forgot, but I can run up and hit 2 or 3 messages and just send out a text that's like, hey, I needed to check in with you. How you feeling? Hey, it's been a week. Let's up it to 2 ProBio 5. Like, whatever it is, you put those reminders in there, because then you remind yourself to do it. So figure out whatever it is and then stick with it. Even if you have to put a reminder on your phone that says, check your planner, whatever it is, like, have that reminder there. Okay. Send videos and messages, but send things one at a time. Don't send that whole list like I used to do. Learn from me. Don't send the whole list of videos. Send them one at a time. Send a testimonial one at a time. Okay. You're going to ask them questions one at a time. Okay. So questions that you're going to reach out to and ask, and they don't need to be in any order, and your person and which ones will work for them. But these are a whole list of questions that you can use. Okay. And you want, what are you loving about your products? Okay. How much water are you drinking daily in ounces? Because if you go, hey, are you drinking your water? They'll go, yeah. And they drink 12 in a cup throughout the day, and that's it. So you want to say, how much water daily are you drinking in ounces? Okay. How have your cravings been? Is your digestion slowing down or speeding up? That'll tell you if they're pooping more or pooping less. I always warn people. I go, hey, we're going to talk a lot about poop. I hope that's okay. And then when you start asking about their poop, you've already warned them they're going to be talking a lot about poop. Okay. Are you having any bloating? Okay. Because then you'll know if their stomach's kind of upset. Tell me what you're on, how much you're taking, and when you're taking it. Because a lot of times you're like, hey, are you taking your products? They're like, I totally am. And then you find out 2 months later, they've never taken the Slim, but they've only taken ProBio 5 once and BioClean once, and so I always say, what are you taking, how much of it, and when? And this is a really good one, even at like month 1, to see, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I adjusted it down to I'm only taking 1 of each, and you're thinking they're like on 3 ProBio 5 and they should be going through detox, and they're like, I'm not seeing any results. And you're like, oh, well, I had a lady, and she was like, I asked her how she was feeling, and she's like, I feel so good when I take these products. Oh no, I've realized when I take my products, I feel better. And I took from that and I went, that means she's not consistent. So I followed up with a question. I'm like, when you say, when you take these products, you feel better, does that mean there are some days you're not taking the products? And she was like, yeah, I do forget some mornings, and then I forget some nights. And I'm like, okay, we're not consistent. Because she's like, I thought I would be seeing results quicker. And I'm like, well, I thought she was taking the products every day. So that follow-up question to clarify what they said, like in my mind, I want to ask them 10 more questions. But if you just take a step back and clarify, so what you're telling me is that you feel better when you take the products. Does that mean you're not taking them every day? Like, you're restating what they just told you in their message, and then they'll like say yes or no. So don't forget to follow up. If the message they sent you has all of this stuff, pull out the important things. When I take them, I feel better, and then you go, oh my goodness. And always like acknowledge them. I'm so glad you reached back out to me and you answered my message, and that when you take your products, you can tell a difference. Let me help you find a way to be more consistent so you can see that difference every day. And then I talk to them about, do we need to put a reminder on your phone? Do we need to set the products just on the counter in your bathroom by your toothbrush? Like, whatever it takes to like get them to be consistent. Because I know in the beginning, like, I was in such survival mode taking like all these products for me was so overwhelming. I felt like I was literally taking 50 pills a day, and I was taking them all day long. And now I'll pull them out and I'll be like, is that it? I took my BioCleanse, my ProBio 5, my Mega X. I'm like, it's really not it. Like, I used to feel like I used to take so many. So try to think back of when you started and how it felt overwhelming to take so many pills. I had one lady and I started her 2 BioCleanse, 1 ProBio 5, a Slim, and she's like, that just seems like so much. And I went, okay, that's going to be overwhelming for her. I go, how about if we just start with Slim for 3 days? Got her taking Slim, and then I go, okay, now we're just going to add in 2 BioCleanse. And I started her really, really slow so that just taking products didn't overwhelm her. So I took that little message from her when she said, that seems like a lot of products. Instead of going, I know it does, but you're going to love it. I went, okay, I need to take a step back. So really try to just cue in on the things they're telling you between the lines. And then that's going to help you help them more successfully. Okay. What is your activity level? You know, how much do they exercise? How is your energy and sleep? So those are some other questions, okay? And you want to ask these like throughout that first month, because a lot of times you're like, I don't know, I asked them how they're feeling and, you know, whatever. Like sometimes if you go back in and go, hey, how much are you exercising each week? Because if they're having a ton of die-off and they sit at a desk all day, then you're like, okay, if they're not going to exercise, we need to incorporate some lemon water or some Epsom salt baths, you know. So anything like that. You want to make sure you are doing relationship building with your follow-ups. Don't just make it all about plexus. Be like, oh my gosh, how was that cruise you went on? Like, you told me you were going on that cruise and you took your products with you. Like, tell me about the cruise. You stopped in Spain. Like go back and like ask about that. So you're building that with relationship, because I guarantee it's the relationship that's going to keep them coming back to you. It's the relationship that's going to build that then they're going to be like, she helps me out so much. Like, I can never quit. Like, I love messaging with her and I love being her friend, you know, like that's what's going to keep them coming back to you. And if for some reason they do stop, a year later when they go, I really need to try this again, they're going to come back to you instead of going to the other friend that sells Plexus, because they knew you provided the value and you gave them all that extra information, but you cared about them as a friend. And even if they stop Plexus, you still continue that relationship as a friend. I have several people who are like, hey, I finally took out that package of Slim I've never used, and it's been like 2 years. Hey, can I still take it? I go, yeah, let me help you get started again. You know, they didn't reorder, but if I can get them started on the products again, they're going to learn to love it again, you know, and they reach back out to me because I had built that relationship with them. Okay. So things you want to think about is like, how can I help? You know, maybe they need help in their life. Maybe there's something else going on. How was your Christmas? You know, here's that recipe I was telling you about, those protein energy balls that I thought you would love. You know, like those are kinds of things that you can help them, okay? You're going to add value, strengthen the connection, that all the, and give all the business and the personal value, and they'll stick with you longer. You're going to celebrate their wins and invite them to share. So even if they're like, I will never do the business from day 1, on day 7, when they go, you know what, I finally slept good, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, because that sleep is the most amazing thing. You're going to be so glad, because that sleep, you're going to start noticing other things, and then other things. Those little changes turn into big changes. Now that you're sleeping so good, do you know of any of your other friends that have trouble sleeping that would like to try these products, that would like to also learn about them, that would like to also be in our 3-day challenge? Like, continually ask them little steps of the way to share. I think I shared with you last time about the person that was like, I absolutely know nobody, absolutely ever, that would even consider using these products. And then when she was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to see a change, I'm like, hey, do you know of anybody else that would love these? And she goes, actually, I was telling my sister-in-law about it yesterday. So even though she said she absolutely didn't know anybody, when she started to feel good, she did start to share. And then she was like, I found out she's already been on Plexus, you know? And so I was like, oh, that was kind of good for her to see that there are other people using these products and they love them too, you know? So then she was like, there are other people that need these products. So you want to always continue to ask if they want to share, and not, do you want to do the business, but like, oh my gosh, like, do you know anybody else that struggles with cravings? we are having this 3-day challenge. We're giving away these awesome products at the drop that don't stop till the ball drops at the end of the month. Do you know anyone that wants to win some cool prizes? Like whatever speaks to their language, that's what you want to reach out with. Okay. Like, don't always be afraid to stick with your tried and true welcome pack. Like, I'm a variety welcome pack, but if I have somebody that's like, I just want to lose weight, then maybe I want to go, hey, we have a Renew You welcome pack, and we got a Renew You challenge coming in the middle of December and January that you can get in. And Plexus gives out killer prizes for their weight loss challenges. If you guys haven't seen them before, like they give out like $5,000-$10,000 last year. It was like a trip up to 10,000, but they give away lots of stuff daily. And I've had ambassadors win stuff on their website daily. Like every day last year, they opened up a post if you commented on it, and then it closed at 5, and then they gave it away. Like had somebody that won a full triplex. So they give away gym stuff. They give away workout stuff. They give away free products. Like don't be afraid to encourage your people to do those contests, because it's going to get them loving the products even more and excited and turning in their measurements. And you write this paragraph about how it's affected you, and they really can reflect on how it's changed their life. So we've got that coming. Okay. If they, if they lean towards something, let them go what they lean towards. If they lean towards like, I just want to do Slim Vital Biome and X Factor, let them do that, because then they're going to have success, and then they'll look into doing some of the other things you recommend. Like I want everyone to start on the triplex, but some people do not care about gut health at all. And all they care about is weight loss, even though you know they need gut health. So if you have them do that first, then they're going to have more success on their slim, and then they'll come back later and want to try other things. Okay. Don't forget about die off. Usually I wait about a week, and then I send them information about die off, and I say, hey, I'd like to educate everyone on this. Only a small percentage has things that come up with die off, but I'd love to educate everybody, because they'll think it's not related and it's not die off, and that the products all of a sudden just stop working because they're tired again. No, it's die off. So if you educate them in the beginning before it comes, but you don't want to hit them with everything right when they start. So I usually wait about a week or so, and then I send them die off in education. Okay. You always want to be, like, acknowledge their concerns, be sympathetic with them, but always be positive. Be like, oh, you're going through die off. I know how hard that is to go through die off. Let me let you know how great that is, because it means the products are working. So you're acknowledging them, what they're going through, and then you're telling them how great it is. You're always being positive. You're always assuming the sell. You're always assuming they're going to love die off. You're always assuming they're going to feel good. You're assuming the positive. You're moving forward. Okay. And you're always staying positive. Okay. You're going to give them suggestions. Activated charcoal binds to the toxins, helps remove them out of the body. Milk thistle, Epsom salt baths, lemon water. Like there's a lot of things we can help that'll help with die off. Okay. If you didn't put them in a 3-day challenge, make sure you do after they get their products, so that they can continually learn, and you can go, hey, we have this 3-day challenge. You've just started your products. This is going to help you learn about the products even more, so that when you have great results and people ask you what you're taking, you're going to know what to tell them. Okay. Things only become overwhelming to you when you don't do them. So follow-up becomes overwhelming when you haven't stayed up on it. So always make sure you're doing that. I think I covered all this. When they start, you're going to tell them what you love about it, and that you can't wait to see what it's going to do for them. Like you're already installing all of those positive things in them. You're already building their belief. And that way they're going to have success. If you're like, I don't know if these will work for you or not, a small percentage, they don't work, then they're not going to work for them. But if you're like, oh my gosh, everybody who takes these products loves them, everybody sees success, I guarantee you are going to be better because of it, because they will. Like you can't guarantee they're going to have X and Y results, but you can guarantee their health is going to be better because of it. Okay. Okay. Kirsten, I think that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions on that? You could throw them in the chat and I'll answer them.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you so much. And I agree with that. Like when I first started, I started in a 7-day trial of just Slim and Accelerator. And so when I started most of my people on Slim and Accelerator, because it makes them feel good pretty quickly. And then I eased him into the triplex. I don't do that all the time now, but just definitely pay attention, because I was someone that didn't think I was struggling with gut health. I just needed energy. So the triplex wasn't appealing to me because I thought I was fine. Okay, Anna, do you have an appointment you need to get to?
I'm okay.
Well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. So we're going to let Anna talk for just a second about her story. She actually met me on like a Facebook, general Idaho Falls Facebook site, because I posted about some gut health stuff, and she thought it would help her friend. So we chatted for a long time about her friend when she was finally like, you know what, I think maybe I need this stuff. So it was pretty exciting the way we met and how it all worked out. So take it away, Anna.
Yeah, so my story is a little bit different. I wasn't one that was seeking Plexus for myself right away, and my own health, but every single post that Kirsten posted, I was like, I can see my friend so-and-so in this, and I can see, or my mom who has fibromyalgia, and I could see all of these people that I wanted to help right away before I even knew that products would help me. And so it was, I don't know, probably close to a year of being Facebook friends with Kirsten. And then I was like, okay, forget this. I need this too. And now I'm off my thyroid medication. I actually just got my levels done last month, and they're perfect. And I have a beautiful, healthy baby girl, and she nurses so good, and all of the wonderful things that come with the triplex and better energy and everything. I did reach out and helped several of my friends, but I am really thankful for everything on this meeting, because I really do struggle with the follow-up as well. And so I'm actually learning a lot too, and building my business slowly, and definitely going to work on that.
Awesome. That's good. A follow-up, I think, is hard for a lot of people. I struggle too. And I think sometimes we assume, oh, they'll figure it out. I figured it out. They'll figure it out. And not everyone is that way. So we definitely need to make sure that we are just gently following. And like Rachel said, start by saying, like, in the first month, I'm going to reach out to you at least 4 times just to check in on you and make sure that everything's working the way it should. And then it's an expectation. So then you don't feel like you're intruding or you're bugging, because they're already waiting for you to come to them anyways. What else was I going to say? Was it Kristy that was going to speak for a second? I am looking like a hot mess, guys. So Kristy,
you look good, Kirsten.
I just got done at the gym. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I was asked just to kind of briefly tell them a little bit about my story. So yeah, I just I'm a runner, run marathons, love to stay fit. For a hobby, I'm kind of a nerd, so I have like over 200 cookbooks, and probably over 100 like health, fitness, physiology, anything to do with the body kind of books. I love to read. It's just, and I love learning about the body. I've struggled with Hashimoto's and low thyroid since I was 32 years old. I'm 48 now. The doctor found out I had those, I had an autoimmune disease when I was carrying my son, and he was losing weight inside of me during the 3rd trimester. So, anyway, kind of struggled with that, tried to figure out different medicines, stuff like that, to kind of get my energy back, get feeling like myself. Anyway, I did learn a lot about gut health, and I thought I was doing the things that I needed to do, you know, got up, exercised, did all the things, tried to eat pretty clean. I still eat my treats here and there, and then slowly I just started craving more like candy, stuff like that. I was known as like, I always had like a stash in my purse, you know. And over time, I I have a couple different groups that run, and I started to not feel like I could even get up to join them. So the main group that lives closest to me, they go at 5 a.m, so they'd be back before the kids leave for school. And I really loved that, so that I could just get my day started and be here for my kids when they left. And I just couldn't get up and go. But I knew my West Point friends were going later on Saturday, because they usually go up in the foothills or in the summertime. So I thought, well, I can do that. They go around like 8 o'clock. So that was more like, my sheets weren't feeling as heavy at that time. I felt like I could get out of bed and maybe join them. On that run, I saw Rachel. I hadn't seen her for a long time. And I kid you not, I was like, who in the heck is this lady? She's like hopping around like a bunny, and she's like going way faster than me, and I can't even keep up. I'm like, I just felt like a slug. And I'm like, what in the world, Rachel, are you doing? And so she informed me all about gut health, which I thought I was pretty good on, had a good tab on. And anyway, about that same time, I was seeing a hormone doctor, and he had told me that he wanted to get me off of all of my synthetic hormones and put me on natural hormones, and I was scared to death. And I did what he said, but when he took my test on my blood, he said, do you know, with your Hashimoto's, you are not actually absorbing your vitamins and minerals. He's like, you are not, like you can. And I was like, that totally makes sense now, because I was going with my buddies before a race, and we'd all line up and get our vitamin B shots thinking, okay, this is natural energy. This is going to help us. And my friends were like, this is the best stuff in the world. Like, they had all this extra energy. They didn't lag during the race. And I'm like, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. I just flushed my money down the tube. Like, so when Rachel explained it to me about the process, that so when you take in your vitamins and minerals, they actually have to go through some kind of a process where they end up being in a gaseous form. They oxidize, and it's called it's a chelation form. And so the awesome thing is, my doctor had given me a supplement with all the vitamins and minerals my body needed that were all in that form that my body could absorb. So for example, instead of folic acid, I would take folate, and then my body could utilize it and actually use it, and it could work for me. Well, so his medicine that he gave me, or his natural vitamin, was like $65. And when I compared it with Plexus, it was amazing, because they had even more vitamins and minerals that my body need, and it was less money. So I was super excited about that. And when Rachel told me about the triplex and all this stuff, I really wasn't interested. Matter of fact, I wanted to try it though, because she told me about all the benefits. So I honestly, the first time I tried the pink drink, I ordered it on eBay because I didn't want to spend the money. So I ordered it on eBay, and it was like half the cost, and I kept thinking, is this sketchy? I don't know if these people put something in this that I'm really not supposed to be taking. I don't know. But I took it, and I noticed a difference. And my dad, he's like, what the heck are you taking? So, and he was in a funk. My mom had just passed away. He put on a lot of weight from a lot of just being depressed. He just didn't feel good. He didn't feel like himself. He's missing my mom, and really hard times. And I said, Dad, you've got to try this. My dad couldn't figure out what the heck. He says, I don't hardly cook for myself anymore. He says, I'm too down in the dumps. I said, what gets you through the day, Dad? He says, Coke. I drink a gallon of Coke every day. It's my friend. And so I'm like, Dad, you got to get that glucose out of your body. You're just messed up, and your body can't. Your hormones are all over the place. You've got to just get off of that. And I've got something that you need to try. And I tried him on the pink drink. He actually took the pink drink faithfully and took it more than I did. And I watched him get off of his Coke products, which he had tried for 17 years. I mean, he's always been a pop drinker, but it got way worse when my mom passed away. And I just watched him get out and exercise, started feeling better about himself. And I was like, there's something to this. My sister-in-law noticed the same thing. She's like, what's your dad taking? So I think people just see that you're feeling better. I know that my thyroid, which is awesome, my thyroid medicine is working a lot better. Matter of fact, last month we did blood work, and I was so excited because, well, I actually went in because when I was running, my heart was starting to race. I wear a monitor, a watch that kind of keeps track. And I was like, why is my heart racing? He's like, oh, it looks like you actually need to cut your meds in half because your stomach lining is not leaking as much, because with Hashimoto's you have what's called a leaky gut, and you have these little holes. And so taking the products I'm taking is mending and healing my gut health. And the awesome thing too is it all affects your liver and everything else too, because I kid you not, I used to have green eyes. So I had a yellow ring around my blue eyes, which made them appear green. And I asked my doctor, I said, why are my eyes not green anymore? I said, they're blue. He goes, because that yellow ring that you had around your eye is all connected to your liver health. And your liver is now healthy. And so now you get to have these wonderful blue eyes. So you should just celebrate that. So it just all kind of works together. And I've realized how important it is to keep those things healthy so that you can just have everything working together and absorbing the right way. And I am a true component of it. Now I'm like so excited about it because 2 years ago, 2 years on Easter, my mom passed away due to poor gut health. She actually had to have 10 inches of her intestine taken out. And because they were such in a poor state, and there's only 2% chance that this would happen, but it happened to my mom, and she leaked and she became septic. For 10 months, we babied her, and it became so septic that it was coming out of her everywhere, every direction, including her throat and her mouth. And so I have a giant heart for that, and I think that everybody should feel good. I just really I want that for everybody. I really do. Anyway, that's my story.
That's great. Well, that's not great about your mom. That's horrible. But it's good that you have found something that you know can help people not be in that situation. So thank you for sharing your story. That's awesome. I think we're going to run out of time. Yeah. So, but I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for jumping on this call today. Thanks, Anna and Kristy, for sharing your stories, and Rachel for all of your infinite wisdom. If I could just have like 1/10 of your organization, my life would be super. I don't though. So anyways, I'm super excited. Keep your guys' eyes out for what's coming, because there's going to be some sort of weight loss, something like Rachel talked about. And now's the time to get people on it, you guys. People don't want to wait until, like my box of utensils, because my drawer's broken. Pretty ghetto. My husband's a builder too, and my box has been sitting on my stove for a year. Anyways, so yeah, it's nice. But keep in mind that something's going to be happening for weight loss. And like Rachel said, our company is awesome. Like the prizes they give out, the things they do are so awesome. And it's good for everyone to participate, because last year, I believe they gave like convention points, didn't they? There was like something where if you participated, you get points for convention contests. So keep your eyes open for that. Just make sure you're reaching out to people. You're doing your 3 asks a day. I think we get in our minds, like it's I've done this too. It's Christmas. Like people are on a budget, but people are spending money once, like I'm this way, like I'm kind of like, oh, I'm spending money. Like you get used to being in the mode of spending money. So it's easier to spend a little extra than you were planning. And tell people, like, ask for it for Christmas. Like I was talking to someone yesterday and she's like, how much is it again? And I'm like, just tell your husband that's what you want for Christmas. Like I would, if I was in your situation and I knew this was going to help me, that's what I would ask for. Like what better gift than to change your health? So make sure you don't let yourself get in the mindset of it's Christmas, like people can't afford it, they're not going to spend the money on themselves, because you just never know. So I hope everyone has an awesome, what is today? Wednesday. I never know what day it is, you guys. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Kirsten, real quick.
Yes.
Yes. Next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are those holiday power hours. So
yes,
it's for you guys. It's a holiday power hour, and that's how we're going to do the Christmas giveaways for ambassadors. So if you haven't been on this team, in December, Brooke usually has a holiday party and gives away things. She's doing it in power hours. So Monday, Tuesday are night power hours. Wednesday, Thursday are day power hours. For doing the power hour, she's giving away stuff during the power hours. So do those.
And if you're busy and you can't do anything else, do those.
Yeah.
Go up and do those. Yeah.
And then the other thing is if you sign up for the Super Saturday in January, you're getting Plexus Perk points right now too. So you get those huge Plexus Perk points. And then, at the end of the month, we're having that till the ball drops. So it's just like the Black Friday. We're going to start late Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, and give away tons of prizes for signups. And we're going to include white lines this time. So for white lines and stuff. So be thinking about that and making your list so that when that comes at the end of the month, you've already know who you want to put in it.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Rachel. You guys are awesome. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye.